storytelling is the way human beings exchange information. It's the way we've passed information down from generation to generation. Stories work because we remember them. We only do that because there's an interesting hook, because it's kept real and human, not because it's told in a very dry, boring way in an engineering journal.
What sorts of things have impacted you the most when it comes to storytelling, so that people might be able to go out there, people that are listening that own businesses or in businesses in construction, can start telling their story better? They might not have the means to go out and hire a big company to help them out with that, or even find the company that can do that for them. So what things could you point us to that might be able to help us out?
So it's two things. It's making sure you include the why and focusing on keeping it real. So on the why side, I think often the industry can get very tied into what we're doing and how we're doing it, the process, the people, and the program, the minutiae of the contract, all that kind of stuff. And I've visited some amazing construction sites, and I've been standing there blown away at what I'm looking at. And I've got a site manager going, "Oh yeah, don't look at that little kicker over there because it's supposed to be 50 mil higher, but it's not. So it's got to be redone." I'm like, "Why are you telling me about that? I don't care about that. I'm looking at this amazing project. Tell me about the projects. Don't focus on the little stuff. Take a step back and try and connect your audiences with not the what, not the how, not the process, but the why. Why are you doing this? What impact is this going to have? It's going to connect. I've seen tunnels that are going to connect two countries. I've seen dams that are going to save the lives of 60,000 people. I've seen other dams that are going to enable entire sub-regions of continents to have hydroelectric power. These are massively impactful projects. And we covered a dam last week on the B1M about, it's in India. And it's not just dams, I should say, guys. I've talked a lot about dams here, but that's one where they're stopping flooding and droughts. So they're capturing floodwater to prevent it hitting floodwaters. It's floodplains, areas that are prone to flooding, and redistributing it to areas that are suffering from drought. That's potentially going to impact up to 50 million people. These are extraordinarily impactful projects. And I think if we can, as an industry, always get that why in there, that's how you connect it and help it make sense to people. Because then all the stuff about why you need X amount of concrete and the world's biggest crane and that piece of steel in that location all suddenly makes sense to people, because they understand what it is you're trying to achieve. They understand the purpose and impact of construction, and it instantly makes it more compelling. The other thing, as I said, is keeping it real. So I don't know about you guys, but there's a lot of jargon in construction that I come across, particularly in press releases. Sometimes you get a press release and you're like, I have to literally translate this thing to work out what the hell is actually happening and going on. I think using real language. So again, like I said a moment ago, trying to make stuff casual, colloquial, describe it to someone outside of work, outside of construction, and see what kind of language you use. That will make it engaging. And if you make it real, if you keep it normal and human, people are going to connect with that a lot more. It's why podcasting is so effective, because people hear that very natural conversational tone and they relate to it, they tune into it, they listen to it better than a formal presentation or a formal press release or a very formal speech given at a trade show somewhere. So keeping it human, all warts and all, humor, the bad days, the good days, the stuff that gets you down, the stuff that makes you feel on top of the world, telling all that and keeping it real and human is what's going to cut through to people.